Hi, thanks for joining me today. Chantel Long, S Long, The Process. I had a lot of great feedback from our last clip on realistic budgets. So what I'm going to do is actually break it down to show you how to. Want to let you know the how to in creating a realistic budget. Now I spoke to you last session about listing all your expenses. So here you see that I have a few expenses listed. These may not be your typical expenses, but add in, change it up, make it yours. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just put little estimations. So right here on your rent, I'm going to estimate you at $600. On your car note, I'm going to make it $300. For your car insurance, we'll say $150. We're going to say your food is $250. We're going to estimate your utilities at $300. We're going to say your gas for your car is $250 for the month. I don't know if you have a big truck, so it may be totally different, but you're going to put that into your budget. Your phone bill, we're going to estimate you at $100. Now down here is your variable kind of expenses. They can change. You can take them out, but for your hair, we're going to put $200 for the month. For your nails, we're going to say $60. For your fast food expense, we're going to put you at $100, and your discretionary items, which are things that you kind of just pick up and purchase on the go, any miscellaneous things, we're going to budget you at $100. So this is an example of your expenses. Now we're going to come over to your income. Your income, we're going to start you off with about $2,400 in income. Again, this is your guaranteed income. You know that this comes in guaranteed every single month. Your if you receive government assistance or a food stamp stipend, anything like that, you're going to actually list this here as income. Now a lot of people have a side hustle, a side job. We're going to put that down, and I'm just going to estimate you at $400. And now your deductions, if you see I have deductions listed on here, which is your tax deductions, your 401k plans, anything like that that I hope that you're invested in, you're going to list that here. So we're going to estimate, we'll do it bi-weekly, and we're going to say that you receive $1,200 bi-weekly. So we're going to take that out, about 21% for your taxes. Usually your tax is about 21%. So we'll take that and we'll round that off at about $250. So now you have a net income of $1,050. Now we're going to go ahead and multiply that by 2, which brings us to $2,100. So now you have a grand total. Sorry, didn't add in. We also need to add in, this is a guaranteed income, so please add that in. And we're going to add that in as $250, which brings you to $2,350. Now we're going to come up with your grand total for your expenses, and we estimated that to be around $2,410. And your side job, just because this is question mark, it's not guaranteed that you're going to bring in $400. Some people have it guaranteed that you'll bring in $400. So if you know that you'll bring in a guaranteed $400, you can add it here. But if this number goes up and down, we're just going to use this as your extra income, and we're going to put it directly towards your savings. So now that you see you're actually in a negative currently, so we're going to go ahead and subtract just to see how negative you are, and you're about $60 in the hole. So if your income is currently $60 in the hole, we're now going to go back to our expenses and figure out how to decrease some of these expenses right here. Now I'm going to erase the board just a little bit just so we can kind of see where we're going with this. Now your rent, we cannot touch your rent. It does not change. We have to pay it every time on the same month. Your car note stays the same. We cannot touch your car note. But some of the things that I noticed that we can always change, I always go down and I change my utilities. Now sometimes we have a gas, electric, those bills we can't change. But your cable bill, I'm pretty sure your cable bill runs you about $150. This is something that you can change. You can actually execute this out of your budget. Don't laugh. I have executed out of my own budget because I feel like $150 to $200 was just too much to pay. So what I've done is I've actually knocked my cable bill down to $40. Yes, me, I have basic cable. Internet, I have high-speed internet because it's a necessity. It builds my business. So I have figured I would pay for that. But I also have Netflix. I know everybody hears about Netflix and Hulu. I'd rather pay my $7.99 for my Netflix and Hulu and have a TV cable bill of only $50. That has brought me down, and I'm now saving $100 for my cable expense. So I have figured out how to bring my utility bills down. So just right there, we have saved $100. Your gas bill. Gas bill, you really can't change that. Sometimes you can. This weekend going across town, you may have to tell your cousins and mother that you can't go as far. You can't see them. They have to come visit you. So if you want to, you can try to execute your gas bill by $50 and bring that down to $200. So therefore, we've saved $150 between the two. Now your phone bill. You can bring the phone bill down. You can go to Metro PCS. Yes, you can downgrade. Take 2 steps back to move 10 steps forward. There's nothing wrong with that. So therefore, you have now saved $200. Now when we come down to the variable expenses. Now me, when I'm doing a tight budget, guess what? I slash everything. My hair, I don't have to pay $200. Nails is not a necessity. Fast food, put money into your groceries. There's no reason why you have to do fast food. It's actually healthier not to do it, and it's less expensive. We're slashing that. Discretionary items, I always keep here because it's a miscellaneous expense and you never know what may happen. So go ahead and keep this, but just be very mindful of the discretionary items or unexpected incidents that may happen. So we'll give you an extra $100 to play with because you always want to overestimate your expenses. So therefore, I have saved you with the hair. We've taken out $360, and both together gives you a grand total of $560 extra dollars. Now, with that in mind, if you were able to not only just save 560, let's say you were able to save $500 times 6 months. Within 6 months, you saved a quick $3,000, and within 12 months, you saved $6,000. Now, let's say you have a bad month. 1 month you can't save. That's fine. You still saved $2,500. I think that's pretty good for a budget that you thought you didn't have anything. You're actually in the negative. Again, with your income, you always want to underestimate with your expenses. You want to overestimate just in case something happens. If you stick to this budget, I can guarantee you it will work. I want to thank you for joining me today, and we will conclude this, and I'll see you soon when we're talking about credit and how to pay down your debt. See you later.